are there ways that you could mess it up? That like you see like horror movies with like Ouija boards and stuff like that, where it's like, oh, don't do this, or there's all these like ritual things.
Yeah.
Are there things like that like could really throw things off, or could maybe, if you were trying to connect with somebody or something, just completely like cut you off in that sense, other than obviously like painkillers and drugs and stuff like that you said?
Right. Well, and so you bring up a good point, because there's a difference. So there's a difference between like mediumship and having a session with a particular person about a particular person, and then there are like seances and things where it's a formal event. There are certain things you have to do, and you have to have like an invocation, and you have to like set the space, and that once the time frame is over, that you're trying to reach out and communicate, because you don't always know what you're going to get then. It's not like when you're directly connecting with one particular person. So then and there's like all kinds of, like when I work with groups, I'm like, we do grounding activities, we do protecting activities, we do invocations, like there's flower water, there's like all these things we do first before to kind of like set the groundwork so that only good things come through. And that's still, but you need to kind of then have like a sound, and you have to like declare it's over, and that kind of closes it so that things don't like, you don't take anything home with you. Or
What's are there bad things, bad energies and things like that nature that you can then take home, I guess, then?
Yeah, well, one of the unexpected ones, this just happened recently. I was filming. I wasn't filming. I don't film. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was doing some voiceover work for some haunted places in McHenry County. And we went to the cemetery, and we were looking for this grave for, I think his name was Johnny Stompanato Jr. And he was an enforcer for the mob. Okay. And I got kind of drawn in because I actually grew up in Elmwood Park, which is like, there's a lot of mob activity there. It borders Harlem, and it's an interesting place. I loved it.
Storied place for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it. It was great. But anyway, so I was interested in like their family lineage, and I'm like going through like, oh, this grandfather is over here, and oh wait, they moved this person across the road, and look at this person, and oh, that must be like so and so's aunt, and like I got kind of involved.
Okay.
Which wasn't good, because I came back, and I think within maybe a day or two, I had some really dark thoughts, and this has happened before, like either through like energetic healings that I was tired and I didn't protect myself properly, or that I was doing a medium session with somebody and I let them in too soon, and then I started getting their thoughts. And like, especially with some of the suicide victims, their thoughts get really bad. And so I would have things happen where it's like, life isn't worth living. Like, but I would feel like it was mine.
Yeah.
And, but with this one, he was really a bad guy. And so I was getting thoughts that I can't even talk about.
Yeah.
That were like, really, but they were coming, like I thought they were coming from me, and I was so horrified, and like, wow. I don't want to murder anyone. Like, yeah, it was just like, I wonder what it would feel like to have somebody's life ooze out like that. It's just such a rush. I'm like, what?
Wow. Yeah. Holy
oh my
shit.
God.
Okay.
And yeah, my heart was racing. It was really awful.
So what are the ways that's insane. What are the ways, like, that's crazy. I mean, in a sort of a very mystical, spectacular way, and I guess in a dark way as well. What are some ways that you can protect yourself then when you're doing the work that you're doing?
Definitely like the grounding, kind of like, it sounds so like kind of silly, but the bubble of light, like, and just kind of you're in this light bubble, and nothing bad can get through, only good things. And it protects you, and it keeps you safe, and you can get throughout your day. And I probably should have done that in the morning before going to the graveyard. But yeah, I was running late. I didn't. Yeah. And I didn't think about taking anybody back from the cemetery. I don't know why. Yeah. You'd think that was a no-brainer.
I feel like that would be the spot. Hey, thanks for watching there, guy. Click right over here if you want to see that episode in its entirety. Or you can click over here and subscribe to the channel. See all the other fun shit we do here. It's really up to you, guy.